Hey everybody! Welcome to a recorded video of Diceomancer. I don't normally record these things, but I figure I'd give it a go for the variety channel. We're gonna be playing the blue deck because it's the one that I haven't been able to win with yet. I've had a couple of attempts, but I haven't been able to quite get there. Now, do we go up or down? The early anvil could be good. I have a new strategy. I'm thinking what we do is go for as many elites as possible. Now, that could be a little bit difficult going up here because the campfire is going to be a little bit back, but we could potentially go like this, head back to the campfire up here, and then go to this elite, and then we get both of these, and then we go down. I kind of like that idea. And if we aren't prepared for the elite, we can go around to the shop or something. So, sure, let's do it. Let's go down. So I've learned a lot about what I really need to be doing since the last time I played the blue deck, because I played the red and green decks. I won both of those on my first try, and it's given me more of an idea on how I should be building with the game. For each freeload or loaded ammo card in your hand, gain 2 power and 3 block. Do we go for a gun build? Maneuver is just always good. It's a free draw 4. Fully armed, we don't know if this is the build we're gonna go for yet. Let's get a maneuver. And do we go early shop or do we go down? I think you go down to try getting the anvil and to get the other card. We need to figure out how we're going to build this deck, and it's the goose. All right, well, we can reload. Is gonna take a strike from us. That's fine. Let's see how we roll here. We rolled a 2. So we'll probably just gain more block and then let the goose attack. Of course, it's a 7. The goose always high rolls. So there's a maneuver, which is free, but we only have 1 card left in deck. It's a strike. I guess that doesn't really matter, though. We could draw the crossbow, and if we draw the crossbow, then his health is just, his focus is gone. So let's do that. We did draw the crossbow. We're not going to be using all of these black cards. Let's just get rid of these 2. Didn't even pay attention to what trinket is. Apply 8 bad luck to all enemies. That seems good. Let's get rid of those. Let's shoot the goose. And do we just keep it at 5 and block? Probably. Let's see what we roll here. It's a 5. So I think we can afford to hit him again. Let's go with this. And of course it's a 1, but we can 1-die his other HP bar. It's a 2. Fantastic. And we should be able to wrap it up next turn. Must we draw crossbow reload? I think you... it's a tough one. Let's reload the crossbow, and he didn't get rid of our strike. It was a 50-50 chance. That was good. And then we also had the other card draw, so... Alright, so we have Organ Gun, and that's handy. When you play a temporary card, deal D4 damage to a random enemy. I really like temporary cards. I like getting new cards, but I haven't really tried a gun build. So this is tough. I think we get Organ Gun. Even though I like the idea behind that's handy, and I like temporary cards, I like playing temporary cards, I haven't tried this yet, so let's give it a go. We also have an anvil right here where we can upgrade our stuff. So Organ Gun's gonna do 12 damage 4 times, unless we of course modify it in the future, which is something that we could do, even if we turn it into a glitch card. This just gets rid of the limited aspect, which isn't very useful. And crossbow becomes free, which I don't think is that relevant right now. So let's upgrade our Organ Gun and continue on. We got a campfire coming up. We got an elite with full health. We could get a hermit, prevent the distort effect from resolving next time, or we gain 12 HP. I was wandering in the wilderness. I passed the entrance to a park marked Nature's Embrace Park. Oddly, it appears the park is merely a gate. Ooh. So what does this do? Prevent distorted effect from resolving next time. I don't really remember what that means, to be honest with you. The HP change isn't very relevant because we're almost at full, but I just don't see what the Hermit does, so we'll just heal. And now the question is, do we want to immediately go for the elite, or do we want to take this roundabout way, get the chest, and then go up here? It's a tough one. We could go fight elite, or we could just avoid the fight, go immediately to the elite, but it costs one more turn. Will this catch up in that time? If we go... It shouldn't. Is the chest worth it? It could be. It could also be bad for us to get another card. Let's just get another card. Let's get another card for this boss fight that's coming up. We start with the 1 die. All allies gain D4 block, and they're both dealing 4 damage. Well, there's not much that I can do about that. I can definitely get one of their block focuses down, but I'm gonna be taking about 5 damage here, which is a shame. So let's hit this one, bring his HP down. We got Organ Gun, but Organ Gun is useless right now. And then we're just gonna 1-die his 2nd HP bar. Unfortunate roll, but that's going to allow us to kill him to prevent some of the bleeding next time. And the dealing 4 damage again. Let's maneuver. We should draw a crossbow here. And then we're gonna be blocking. So let's get rid of these. We did draw Organ Gun again. 12 damage to a random enemy. Repeat for each ammo. And then the reload is 5 block and 3 fortified. So we could just wrap this up with Organ Gun, and maybe we should. It's either we use Organ Gun or crossbow, so let's just Organ Gun these guys, and that should be it. It was not it, but we do want to save our crossbow, so we can hit him here. Not that really does anything. Probably should have used the one that does the D6. But we're not going to take any damage, which is good. And he's going to be doing 5 now. As much as I want to wait to reload the Organ Gun, I don't think taking the damage is worth it. And the reload still does something proactive for us, so it's fine. Mind Strike, we're not really going for a card draw build, so I don't think it's that relevant. Being a free card that allows you to do 10 damage to all enemies is great, even if it's Remain 2. So we're going to take that, and then we're going to go to the elite and hopefully not get too messed up here. And if we do, we have a campfire immediately, so it'll be fine. Now, let's start with a maneuver, probably. Although we're not drawing any guaranteed to draw anything good from the deck. We could also draw 3 cards with Dial Delivery. Let's do this. Let's maneuver to reload our Organ Gun. Now give us some fortified and some defense. And then, I mean, honestly, it's tempting to just block, but I don't think that's very strong for us. We need to get in the game. So we're going to hit him. He missed. That's expected. Now this 16 damage is probably going to be coming out at us fast and hard. So let's start by, man, we have no block. We might just be taking 16, which isn't great. We can also apply the bad luck to him, which is tempting, but maybe something that we should look at doing more in the future rather than right now, when we're guaranteed to take 21 damage or something like that. So let's just get our damage in. Shoot him with the crossbow. We did get a block, which is great. Let's strike him. Just 1-die this health bar, because why not? Gets a card out of our deck. It does 38 damage, essentially. It's really good. And then we'll block again. We're at 6. Failed the check. But he didn't gain 5 accuracy, so it's another 16 damage here. And I mean, I'd say we just reload this. It's proactive. We get our block. We probably take 10 here, but that's okay. He's not going to do much this turn. He's going to be reducing his accuracy. He's going to be gaining tough, which is, of course, bad, but it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. So we can organ gun. This is gonna do 12, 24, 36, 48 damage. It's gonna be enough that this health bar is almost going to be gone. So let's start with that. Pop, 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 pop. It's 5 left. And actually, we are just gonna be able to get rid of that health bar. And now we're out. We probably don't want to bother with dial delivery because we want to get rid of his focus on this next go. 18 damage, 35% chance. If we eat it, then it sucks, but that's just the way it goes. Let's draw some cards. We got dial delivery, which is good. Do we want... Well, we're not going to be using all of this damage, so let's do this. Let's hit him with this. Hope we high roll. We got a 4. That's an expected result. Do the 4 damage. We can dial delivery, and I think it makes sense here to do this. We'll do 10 to him just to get him a little bit closer to death. He has about 20 left before he dies, and the chances of this hitting are very low, and if we end up taking 18, so be it. He missed, which again is expected, but we want to try getting him as close to death as possible because of, well, the 19 damage that we could potentially be taking. Unfortunately, we didn't draw exactly what we need. So we can shoot him here, and then we don't have much else to go on. So I think the best thing to do is just organ gun reload, because we're pretty much guaranteed to kill him next time, but thankfully that 19 damage whiffed. That was lucky. And now he should be dead as long as we get the right roll, and he's dead. Okay. Not too bad. Divergent thinking is always great. It's probably the card to take. We're not using anything with Miracle, really. Diceify is okay, but it's not relevant for our purposes. Divergent thinking is just always a strong card to take. When enemy's health bar is depleted, gain D4 block and gain D4 temporary power. It's probably just what you take. Your check results gain a +7 bonus. At the start of my action, gain 3 thorn. Let's just take the armor and move on. We didn't take too much damage, but I think we would be remiss to not go to the campfire if we're going to be going to the second boss immediately. So let's go there and heal. And then we'll just go back here. We actually could have maybe taken a path like this, but I think that's all right. We're racing against the clock here. We get to the shop. We get to upgrade our die, which is important. At 2 random junk cards, we're not looking for any kick effects. Deal 10 damage if the target has no intention. Deal 10 times damage instead and exert. Target having no intention, huh? This is a new card. I haven't seen this one before. Deal 10 damage if the target has no intention. I'm trying to find the right circumstances. I know there's a card that gets rid of intentions. It seems a little niche. What's the upgrade? The upgrade gets rid of the exert. It seems really powerful if you can get the effect off, but I don't know how we would do that right now. I can't think of the synergy. Sand Throw could be a good one. Apply 16 vulnerable, 16 weak, 12 blind. Discover 2 virtue cards. We're not really looking for discovery. I don't think we take anything from the shop. I think we save. Can delete 1 more cards at each remove spot, but it costs extra money, which I don't think we have too many cards bloating our deck. Turn all mana into neutral when you activate. We do have another slot left. And when enemy's health bar is depleted, gain 3 crit. When you lose HP, gain 1 temporary power. That actually synergizes really well with the armor, because that gives us power and block when the enemy's health bar is depleted. So I can be persuaded to take this, and in fact, I think I'm going to. Because we don't have another shop coming up for the rest of this floor. Well, we do have 1 more, but by the time we get there, we're going to have gone through so many fights that we'll probably have money. So let's cut a card. We'll go upgrade, and then we'll fight this next elite. And as usual, we're just gonna get rid of his strike. I'm kind of tempted to get rid of this one because we don't have any purple cards that we would need to use it for, and what's the average on a D8 is gonna be, it's 4.5, so it's technically better than a basic strike. I don't know, I never know what to do with these, but we'll get rid of that strike, and I don't think I want to pay 5 to remove another one. I'd rather just go to the shop. And I think it's the same with the upgrade here. I don't think I want to pay extra to upgrade another card. We get bonus from dial delivery. We get rid of the limited maneuver, which is irrelevant. We could upgrade the crossbow reload. I don't know if that also upgrades the crossbow. I assume so because well, organ gun isn't reloaded. I don't know, but this brings it bonus when we draw the reload, which is okay. But divergent thinking gets rid of the limited, which we have on maneuver. So if we maneuver and draw in the divergent thinking, then it's probably good for it not to have the limited. So I'll do that. Oh, I don't even have the upgrade to be able to upgrade cards twice. Either way, though, we're going to go to this next elite. The Scarecrow, which I think the Scarecrow is quite easy, actually. We can deal 10 damage to both of the crows, which seems good, and it's free, so sure, we'll do that. And then we can organ gun here. I don't think there's a point to maneuvering. I think you just do that, and yeah, this is very powerful. We can divergent thinking, which got us some blue as well. Very good. I think now you can actually maneuver. And we got the organ gun reload, which we can use, funny enough. 1 die as well, but I don't think that's very relevant. We obviously don't need blocks at this point. Now the question is, do we do the organ? I think we do just do the organ gun reload because we draw the organ gun again and it kills everything. It clears. The only reason why I'm hesitant to do that is because we can't do much more. We could play 1 strike. And I would like to reload the crossbow, but we have to reload something. And if we have the ability to reload the organ gun, then we may as well. And then we'll just hit him for 1. Ended up rolling really high, but it doesn't matter because it's the Scarecrow. And we'll just let him go. Didn't have any intentions, which is brilliant. Unfortunately, we didn't draw anything good this round, so we'll just deal 1. And we're gonna save the dial delivery because we, well, because we only have 1 use on it, and we'd rather use it when the crows come or something, so we can just end turn. It's fine. If he summons a crow and gives us a fear, that doesn't really make a difference to me. It's annoying that we draw it, but we can just get rid of it. And we didn't draw very good, but we can block what the crow's doing and then just hit him, and then we get that. And unfortunately, we can't use the organ gun, which is a real shame, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. I should have looked into that because it was the last card that we could draw, but it's fine. We're doing fine on mana, so let's just get rid of that. Again, we're just not drawing the best that we possibly could. And we're apparently not rolling the best that we could either. We're gonna take damage here. We're gonna take 3, even though really we shouldn't have to take 3, but alas, that's how it is. And this is why we saved the dial delivery, because now what we can do is we can do 10 damage to everyone. Pop, pop, pop. And we'll draw a bunch of cards. We can get rid of these fears that are clogging us, and we can do, I guess it doesn't really matter. He's gonna add 2 fear cards. We can strike the crow, we can do this, and I think instead of using the crossbow and having to reload it, we just end turn. Because we're probably going to get 2, well, we got the 2 fear cards, but he's gonna summon 2 crows now, which is actually quite annoying. But we can use the fear cards that he gave us. And next turn we'll at least draw. We should have used the crossbow, I suppose. But we have organ gun, so that's gonna be the downside to what ends up happening here, is that we're forced to use organ gun and crossbow. But it is an elite, and considering it's an elite, I think we got off pretty scot-free. We got That's Handy, decrease all numbers with Shockwave. Shockwave can be good, but I never find much of a use for it. Or add 2 random junk cards at the start of the turn. I don't think any of these are very good. None of these help us. I think we just skip it. And the relics that we get are also, well, Card Pack's really good. Card Pack has been my go-to card. It's won me runs single-handedly. Activation effects to gain temporary power. We could just keep gaining power, which is good when we consider Organ Gun as a multi-shot attack. It's might not be a bad thing, but Card Pack is really hard to pass up. At the end of my action, gain 2 block. Doesn't seem great. It's between Card Pack or Belt. I think you just go Card Pack, though. Having card draw that you can use on a whim with 1 die is really good, and we're on Ascension 0. So we can do that whenever we want. We don't have to worry about the mana cost. So I really gotta think about this choice. But yeah, this adds junk cards to your hand. So it at least has synergy with itself. And then add 2 random junk cards, and then let's add D4 junk cards to your hand. I mean, it's not like Waste Not is terrible, especially when we have Divergent Thinking. It has synergy with that. It's just bad. That's Handy only costs 1. I'm kind of tempted to just get That's Handy because we have nothing else to upgrade. We have no other cards. And it does synergize with itself when it's upgraded. We can get 2 junk cards with it, and then we can do 2 to 8 damage to an enemy, and since we're getting the strength, it could be a little bit more than that. I feel like I'm talking myself into getting a bad card that doesn't synergize well with the deck, but I'm gonna take it. All right, let's go down here, and we're just ahead of the Purple Mist, which is fantastic. Yeah, add 2 junk cards. Dial Delivery gives us a bonus that gets rid of the limited effect. This is the only card that we have that we can realistically upgrade. So we'll do that. We'll go here. We'll cut a strike like normal. Get out of here. I don't want to spend the money. And we'll go here and hope that we can get a better card. So we got Maneuver. We got Organ Gun Reload. Let's start with a Maneuver. And we got Organ Gun Reload and Crossbow Reload, along with a Divergent Thinking, and That's Handy. Well, we're definitely not going to be doing a strike, and we're not going to be doing a block because Organ Gun Reload is going to be what we do for that. So we'll get rid of those 2. We'll reload the Organ Gun. And Divergent Thinking has Miracle, so we'll do that. We got a blue mana, which is good. It's really good. And we got a purple, so we can actually use That's Handy. We'll start with that. And then we have the gain effect. Deal 2 damage to yourself is fine because we have the armor and the 3 fortified. We'd be taking a total of 1. We can also outdate a drink. We should do that first because of order. And then what do you do here? It doesn't really matter because they're going to be discarded and we're not going to play any of them. So we'll reload and we'll just 1 die his highest HP. It was a 1. Obviously couldn't ask for better than that. End turn. And then he'll do none damage, and unfortunately he high rolled on that. That sucks. But it's also fine. He's dealing 6, which is annoying. We can get rid of the focus guaranteed. Let's do that. Let's Organ Gun him. Oh, he's just dead. Oh, good. I wasn't expecting that to do that much damage. Cool. Fully armed, I think we can take now. Rage reload or loaded ammo in your hand, gain 2 power, 3 block. And we're drawing a lot with our deck, especially because we have Maneuver. So we'll take that. Go on to the next fight. And we have 2 geese. Fully armed doesn't do anything here. I mean, it does actually completely nothing because we can't even use it for mana, which is bad. So this goose is going to get rid of one of our cards. We'd rather throw in the block before anything. Okay, he took 1 die. It's unfortunate, but it's also fine. Let's hope we high roll on this. Well, that's the opposite of what I wanted. And hopefully they low roll 5 and 7. They always do it. The geese always are able to do this somehow, and I hate them. As I think everyone does. We can shoot this one. Duck hunting season. And then we have 13 block at least, so we won't be taking damage here. But man, the geese are annoying. Took a card. And we drew into Divergent Thinking, which sucks. Let's... Where are we on the map right now? How close are we to the boss? Got one more fight. How does this charge? When time passes, well, it'll be charged before we get to the boss, so I think we may as well bring down their luck so we take less damage here, because we can't do much to stop them from damaging us. We did draw a block, which is lucky. I don't think we want to use Divergent Thinking right now. And hopefully, because they have the bad luck, they won't deal much damage to us. That was a 4, and that was a 4. Brilliant. It's exactly what we wanted. Okay. Took another card from me. Really annoying. We can do this, for that's handy. Took the banana peel, which is so annoying. Toy die, though. And then we just block, reload, and hope for the best, because we didn't have much we could do there. Gonna take 4. It's just a bad draw. Organ gun, though, didn't take it. Thank God for that. Banana peel to apply vulnerable, and we have a purple because of our last temporary card is great. So we're gonna apply vulnerable to this duck. And I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that duck having that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that. And of course, even with bad luck, they roll an 8 and a 6. So I'm down to none HP. Good. After casting a card, he's gonna force us to discard one. Let's maneuver. And we get a fully armed, so hopefully we're actually able to use that. Let's get rid of this and this. You are so annoying. It's unreal how annoying you are. Oh God. I'm gonna use the card pack. I'm gonna do it. And of course we didn't draw Organ Gun, which is the one that we needed. I hate to do this, but I think we're gonna try drawing again. We need Organ Gun to stop the bleeding. Divergent Thinking is also good. And we low rolled on that because... Of course we did. I'm gonna do it again. I think we need Organ Gun. We've already taken more damage on this fight than any other fight, and it's the last card in the deck, and I keep rolling ones, which is really bad. Okay, at least we can kill him. We high rolled on that, thank Christ. We can't use the 1 die anymore. We drew Organ Gun off of that kill. And now he's dead. Thank God. These geese are so aggravating. Deal 4 damage, kick 3, discover a blue card. I like Brainstorm. I think it's a very flexible card. I always like taking it, so I'm gonna take it. Charge the 1 die by D4. That seems kind of crazy. I've never seen this card before. That looks insane. Draw until you have D4 cards in your hand. It's a miracle card. That's a kick card. This Brainwave, though, is just draw a target card from the draw pile. Chicken Wing's also okay, but I don't think it's worth 7. Turn all mana into neutral. When picked up, upgrade 2 random basic cards. I think that Twig could, funny enough, be fine. But Die Charge is just crazy, right? It's Exert and Perishable. So we draw it, we have to use it, and it costs a purple. I guess the problem with taking Die Charger is if we look at the deck, we have... Well, we do have a couple of cards, actually, that can get us there. Especially when we consider the maneuver. And it happens once, and then it's not a dead card. It's kind of hard for me to say no. So let's do this. It's all of our money, but we can D6 the money back. It's gonna pay for itself, I think. Let's go here. This is fine. After casting 3 cards, 10 damage, that's okay. And in fact, we might do that. Well, I was gonna say we might do that immediately. Let's Let's just guarantee this. Let's guarantee the fully armed works, because we get a lot out of that, and then let's shoot him with the crossbow. After casting 2 cards, he's gonna do 11. There's a part of me that wants to just end my turn. 80% chance to reduce damage by half. Let's just hit him with strike. Okay, that's good. And Brainstorm's free, so we can do that. Let's do it. I love Unstable Portal. It's probably my favorite card in the game. We don't need this block, so we'll get rid of that. We can also 1-die here and not worry about his passive, so we'll do that. Did 24, brilliant. Let's Unstable Portal, see what we get. Bucket of Lava, Recoilless Rifle, Big Bird Bag. Gain 12 block, heal 8 HP. It's actually really tempting to do that just to get the heal off. But Bucket of Lava makes this fight a lot easier because it's just burn. So we're gonna take that, throw the lava on, and then end. Deal 8 damage. He's gonna do damage if we play 1 card. And I don't think we really need to deal with that, considering he has the burn damage on him. So we'll just end turn. He's gonna deal 16 damage next. And those draws are bad. Those draws are really bad. 3, 6. We're not really preventing a lot of damage here by doing the blocks, which is awful. See what we roll on here. We rolled a 5, which is probably more than we deserve, to be honest, and we'll reload the crossbow to make it easier to kill him in the future. We'll take 5, which considering the circumstances, I'm perfectly okay with that. And then we'll lava him again and hit him with a strike. Hit 5, and then we end turn because the Bucket of Lava is going to do him in here. We will... Before we do that, we'll reload the organ gun because we can for free, and then, yeah, the burn damage is just gonna kill him. I think taking the Bucket of Lava was the right choice. Another Brainstorm, Sleight of Hand, which is to discover a magical dice card, which could be good. I mean, getting buffs and nerfs is not too shabby. It's also free. And it plays in with our, what's it called? That's handy for temporary cards. We could also get a Brainstorm. That's another possibility, but it's tough. It's tough between these two. Let's take the Sleight of Hand. It's a card that we don't have. And then we're gonna heal and go to this guy and probably just D8 his health away. Discover magical dice card immediately. We can probably stop him from being able to do this. Maybe. It's gonna be tough. Fully armed right now is okay. Let's start with the Sleight of Hand. Apply 6 bad luck, apply 2 luck, apply 2 bad luck, increase target number by D6 until the end of this combat. It's a tough one. I think it's a really tough one, actually. I think the luck doesn't matter because we have the voodoo doll. It does matter, but it doesn't matter that much. Buff's probably going to be more beneficial to us, so we'll take that. Because if we need to in a pinch, we can buff our mana. So the question is, are we going to deplete his health bar with the 1-die to stop him from being able to do this? Well, I think we should draw some cards first before we make a rash decision, and we got Dial Delivery, so we can get rid of this first health bar and not even have to worry about it, which is good. We got a Maneuver as well, which could synergize with some of the stuff we have, so let's play it. And we got Brainwave. We don't have the mana to be able to do it. We got Block. So we didn't get anything good, but we know that next turn we're likely to get Organ Gun. That's handy, cards like that. Let's just start by one-dying his highest HP. It's an 8. Unfortunate. But it's also kind of fine. Now the question is, what do you do from here? There's not much we can do. So what I'd say is you just play it simple, right? Hit him with the strike. We do 10, and then we change this into a blue in case we get Organ Gun next turn, and then just end. And we have a 5% chance to crit. We got Handy. We got Brainstorm. Let's start with Brainstorm because it's free. Violet Smoke, Research, Scavenge. Research is just good. But not temporary card as well. We can play That's Handy here, and we'll be able to get its effects to go off. Add a blue, discard a random card. Let's start with the Research, because we're going to get damage on him. We get the Organ Gun. Let's get rid of the Brainwave. We're probably not going to use it. Let's throw our Organ Gun here. Bop, 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 bop. Did a lot of damage. We can use the Scorched Book. Well, the Toy Dice is free, so let's use the Toy Dice first, then the Scorched Book. And now we're able to do this, just play our entire hand. We got a Brainwave. Is there anything that we particularly want to search that also costs 1 blue? Crossbow Reload isn't a crazy thing to get with Brainwave. We have 8 block. We also have a 35% chance of critting. It's a tough one. We don't have anything in here that's going to definitively do damage is the problem. So we could just try drawing for Crossbow Reload so it's not a dead card on next draw. Because next draw we're not really getting anything. So I think this makes sense. Let's do that. Let's not get rid of that. Let's just get the crossbow so we can reload it and then end turn. Then he only did 6. That's good. So he's getting 2 Thorn and 12 evasion, which is potentially a bit of a problem. We also didn't draw anything good here, which sucks. So here's what we can do. We can... Well, we're getting Organ Gun, Reload, Divergent Thinking, Dice Charger, and Block. What I was thinking was we could get rid of the block to use the buff to buff our card pack to draw. But I don't know if that really does anything. We could also dial delivery and then do that, so we could try getting into our discard pile a little bit more, which I kind of like the idea of that. So let's do that. Let's draw 3. We can also charge the 1 die, which, you know what? I kind of like that more. Him getting the 2 Thorn and 12 evasion is annoying. But I don't think it's that bad, all things considered. So let's charge the 1 die for free. That's just gonna help us in our future endeavors. And then let's reload the Organ Gun and save for next turn. Alright, so he has 12 evasion, 60% chance of passing, and we didn't really draw anything, which is annoying. It's gonna apply 18 weak and deal 6 damage, which, again, annoying, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter at this point. I'm not concerned about blocking, so let's just do this and then hit him for 12. And it missed, which we kind of expected to happen, but I think it was worth the attempt. And now, what do we got? He's gonna do 3 damage 2 times, do 12 a day evasion, and gain tough. I think this is something where we have to try using the 1 die. I think we have to. It's a 6. Okay, and now here's what I'm thinking. I think that... Let's start here, see what we get. It was a 4. That's perfect, and it hit. And then that hit as well. We drew Organ Gun, which is unfortunate, but what we can do, fingers crossed this works, we can buff our mana Oh, that's such an unfortunate roll. And of course it's black. I was gonna say we could buff our mana, and if we get 2 and we get lucky, we could maybe use Organ Gun, but it wasn't meant to be. It's gonna be doing 9 damage. We didn't draw anything that we can really use here. Just increasing mana pool capacity, which doesn't do a whole lot for us. So we'll just do this, and end turn. Applied Weak, which we can get rid of if we really need to. There's the Organ Gun. Damage is halved, and damage that was reduced by 2, so we'll be doing, like, essentially 5 damage 4 times. It's still 20 damage. It's fine. We'll Organ Gun. We probably should have done Strike first, but it's probably okay. And then we'll just throw that out. Unfortunate low roll, but I don't really mind him doing the damage. We're okay right now. I'm not very concerned. I am concerned about these draws, though. These draws have been quite bad. 60% chance of passing. Hopefully it doesn't whiff. It didn't, and that got rid of his thing. But again, we didn't draw, so I don't know why I played that. It doesn't do anything. It's not like it makes a difference, though. And hopefully this is just gonna kill him. Nice. So that wasn't too bad. I think that was a good boss fight. We're pretty well prepared. Rocket launcher. Deal 7 damage and repeat this once for each card with temporary in your hand. It's a good thing that we went with the whatever the ladder card is, because that's perfect. Let's take it. Clock at the start of the 12th turn, gain extra turn. When generating a card, it will be chosen from a random card pool. Oh! That could be good. That could also be bad, but it means our junk cards won't be junk. But it also could mean that we can't play our junk cards. But we want them more in our hand for our new weapon. Requires a charge, activate, gain D20 Thorn. After a short rest, it charges. Let's try Chaos Pendant. It could be really bad for us, but we're not reliant on the junk cards. We just want them in hand more than anything. Increase max HP by 10. When you lose HP, apply burn to a random enemy. That seems good. When an enemy's health bar is depleted, gain 2 haste. That's synergy with what we're building right now in our trinkets, so we'll take that. Then we full heal. All right. Map 2. Okay, so... Oh, man, we could... I think going the middle route's the best bet. I don't really fight the elites in this... Like, what do you call it? I guess this stage. So I don't know what they do. But we have 2 paths. Basically, in order to be able to fight this elite, we have to fight this elite, because by the time we get here, going back just isn't an option. But we have to fight 2 elites back to back, which could be devastating. The other route that we can take is we can go down here, get this chest, and then go here. But I think going this way has more... It's more flexible. Now, the other problem I have, I should say, is that we have to do 3 fights here. So we're gonna go up and do 2 fights, and then try to get to this first elite. We'll at least fight the first elite, and depending on how it goes, I think we'll just go from there. So we got the mouse. Let's do this. Let's do the dice charger. And then the question is, do we do fully armed or organ gun reload? And I think we have to get rid of one of these for fully armed, so it's not gonna do a whole lot for us. And rocket launch is only doing 7. So we're gonna organ gun reload. And that's gonna give us 8. Of course, he rolled an 11 off the bat. Typical. But now we can get a bunch of temporary cards. So let's brainstorm for That's a miracle card. Deal 9 damage and discard a random card. That seems good enough to take. Yeah, let's do it. Wait, I mean, Oriented Stupidity is also good. With how thin our deck is, it guarantees our card draws. Essentially, it's pretty much a guaranteed card draw. It allows us to change the deck a little bit more. I'm gonna go with this instead. And I'm going to immediately play it. So we can get rid of Divergent Thinking. We can get rid of... Maybe no. Dial Delivery want to use for the Elite. Do this. I don't think we want... Well, we probably want Sleight of Hand, actually, especially because it's free. And we don't want that. And... I don't think we want the block, but we do want Maneuver. So this is going to be our hand for next turn. Let's get rid of the Strike as well. Especially because we have Maneuver and Brainwave. Well, we do want a blue card to be able to use Brainwave with. We'll probably draw one through Maneuver. These are the cards that we want. So those will be our 6. So... we have the cards we're drawing next turn. Let's play That's Handy. Discard your hand, draw 4 cards. Miracle, we add 2 mana. It kind of works brilliantly. It exerts, though, if we use it, which makes it more difficult to justify. We'll be up to 3. What can we do with that? Well, we basically do what we would normally do on our next turn. But we get rid of the temporary card, and we draw 4 instead of, what, 5, 6? I can't remember exactly what it is. So what would we do if we reconsider? We probably do Maneuver, discard 2, we Brainwave for the... one of these cards, whether it's Rocket Launcher or Fully Armed, depending on what we get. Or we could just do it next turn. It's tough. I think we do this because it's essentially doing the same thing that we would normally do. So let's Maneuver. Hopefully we draw good cards. We drew the Rocket Launcher, but we don't have any temporary cards, which is the problem. We can still Organ Gun, which is good. It's 48 damage. Or we could Brainwave to get a temporary card, which I also don't think is crazy. We have Sleight of Hand thinking about, which we can play. That's the whole reason why we kept it. So let's do this. Let's play Sleight of Hand. Gain Luck, Divergent Thinking actually has huge synergy here. We don't have any red for Horse Slayer, so let's Divergent Thinking. And, oh... shit, we already played a limited card. I didn't realize that. It actually mattered. Not getting the upgrade mattered. But does it really matter? No, because we're still going to be doing 14 plus 48, so he's dead. He's just dead, right? I'm pretty sure he's just dead. Got a block. We can use that block for the Organ Gun, and then pop, 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 pop. Yeah, it wasn't even close. And that didn't even take into account the critical hit. Break the Cocoon. I see. So Chaos Pendant is the generated cards also mean our cards when we win. Deal 5 damage to a random enemy repeat 5 times and gain 18 evasion. I see why that's a rare card. I really do. This is doing 25 damage and then 18 evasion. What's the upgrade? 6 damage 6 times, 32 damage, and gain 20 evasion. So we're guaranteed to evade the next attack. That seems good. We can't really use Break the Cocoon because it's a Druid card, and we don't have any green. Omni Strike doesn't really synergize with our build, but it seems like just a decent damage card, so we'll take it. And the funny thing is, too, now that I've realized how Chaos Pendant works, we might not even want to fight the elite. I don't think there's a point to doing it. So he's doing 8 damage to us, which I think we're gonna have to take. Skeleton's health bar is depleted due to damage. If it has a skull bar, it loses the skull. It fully restores the health bar and changes its intention. Some actions of the skeleton can also cause it to lose or gain a skull. So here's what you do. You hope this low rolls. It's a 7. Unfortunate. Let's do this. Bad apple, heal 16 injury, or big bird bag. Let's do big bird bag because we can use it. And I think we want to use it, even though it means we're getting rid of a temporary card. Well, actually, no, we don't, because our health is fine. We can draw it later and use it later. So we'll do that. We'll keep that so we can heal in this fight. Heal back that HP that we just lost. And, well, I don't think we're going to be charging the die here. No! Oh, that's so bad. Oh, we're going to have to draw some cards. Omni Strike. Deal 5 damage 5 times. Rocket Launcher Reload. Means we won't be able to use the Omni Strike. So let's maneuver first and see what we get. We didn't get a basic strike, which is hilarious. Let's get rid of these two. I think you have to get rid of that damage, right? He's gonna lose his head, but I hate not being able to reload here. But we are gonna gain a random mana from doing the Omni Strike. So I think you just do it. Now he's dealing D4 damage, which is fine. We didn't gain mana like I thought. But we also have 6 block now. So we'll just end turn. Dial delivery. Probably don't care for that. He's gonna gain his head back. Let's strike. Divergent thinking is huge. That's an amazing card to have gotten. Let's brainstorm. Perhaps should have done this a little bit earlier. Whenever you cast a card with loaded ammo, gain 3 power. I can't really say no to that. It's a good card. So let's play the suppressive fire. Let's... Oh, we don't have any... Ah, I'm a fool. We're gonna do the 10 damage. Because he's gonna gain his head back, and we don't want that. We get that. Mutation, gain 3 stacks of random buff, repeat 3 times. Sure. And then we're kind of out of things to do. So let's end turn. Gain 12 from doing that. See, this is where we could use Bird Bag. Rocket Launcher Reload's also good. We're gonna do this first. And then do this. Reload the Rocket Launcher. Survival of the Fittest, we can't use. Shock Typhoon, deal D6 damage to a random enemy. When drawing a multicolored card, it's a gain effect. Gain 3 block when playing a mono blue card. Sure, I think we may as well do this. And then we're kind of fine having these junky temporary cards because they improve our other stuff. Not that, though. And then that should just kill him. Oh, he lost his head again. I see. You can tell that I haven't really fought against this boss. I've just killed him every time I've fought against him. This is the first time I've really ever fought this boss. Still did 11 damage. We should be fine. He'll do a minuscule amount of damage. By 3 panic. Yeah, this is just gonna do a lot, right? Yeah. I was thinking for a second, do I want to use this and then lose the ability to, like, have it need to be reloaded next time? And I thought, yeah, probably. Apply 2 dice cheat minimum. It's kind of hard for me to say no to that, especially because this isn't a normal blue deck card. This card cannot be found in the collection. Oh, this is a card that normally can only be generated, huh? Yeah, take it. Being able to apply dice cheat min once per round whenever we want is great. Gain a random relic, upgrade D4 random cards, lose 12 HP, gain big red laser and leave. Deal D6 damage to a random enemy, repeat 13 times. I mean, when you put it that way, gaining big red laser. Oh, I just realized it's a deal with the devil from Isaac. That's cool. Mwahaha, says the devil-looking guy appearing before me. With just a little sacrifice, you shall gain great power. It's a tough one. It really is. I don't know if we want to actually do the elite here. Now that we've gone through this, we could skip the elite and then just do one more fight, heal, do a fight, shops, upgrade. Maybe we don't want to deal with the elite. And if we don't want to deal with the elite, we can afford to sacrifice the HP. We have to sacrifice some amount of HP anyway. But the question is, can we get Big Red Laser to resolve? The answer is probably, but I don't like that it's a probably. I also don't like that I can't see the upgrade because the upgrade for it matters a lot. I don't know, it's a tough one. With it being 3 purple and 3 red, I don't know if we have the ability to consistently generate that. That's what makes me a little hesitant to try it. Let's see if we can find it in here and find the upgrade for it, but I don't think that we can, and I've never got the card before. So there's a part of me that says, yeah, I want to take it just because it's a new card, and new cards are fun and probably can only go here, but then there's another part of me that says, I don't know if I can even play this card. And if I can't play this card, then it's bad. Upgrading a D4 random cards for 4 max HP, even if it's just 1, is good. How many cards do we have that haven't been upgraded yet, besides the generic cards? 1, 2, 3, 4. I doubt Scheme can be updated. 5. Oh god. Where's my deck? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do you upgrade to? It's by D6. I mean, when you think about how many cards there are, it's difficult. But also Big Red Laser. It's not even doing, like, the odd thing is too, this is doing, well, it synergizes with the strength, doesn't it? So even if it rolls like a 3, we're gaining temporary power multiple times when we deplete a health bar, and that's going to affect the Big Red Laser a lot. So this is, I'd say it's pretty consistent. This would be doing 6 damage 13 times, but that's not a lot. That's 60, 70, 78 damage in total, and it exerts, and it's a card that we can barely use with our current build. You know what? I'm gonna play it safe. Even though it's boring, we got 2 upgrades for 4 HP. I think that's more than worth it. And now, what do you cut? And, you know, I think you gotta start thinking about cutting blocks. Probably still cut a strike, but just still clogging our deck. I think you get rid of this. And we have a shop coming up soon. But we could roll our money. Do we spend 5 to get rid of another one? And I think we do. They're clogging the deck. I don't want them anymore. And we're already having our deck clogged now by temporary cards. So I think you just get rid of them. And now the next question is, oh, it was max HP. I'm really glad I didn't do the 12 then. I didn't realize that when I read it because I can't read. But now the question is, do we do the elite or do we just go for the chest? And I kind of think you skip the elite. I don't know if we're powerful enough to do the elite, and I don't want to spend the resources on it. But then again, we have 2 campfires coming up, and after this elite, we have 2 forced fights, and that's it. Do I think that I'll die to the elite? I don't, but I also think it's possible that we'll have to use all of our die chargers on the elite. And that's what gives me pause. But you know what? We have a weird build. We've been here for an hour. If we can't fight this elite, then we're not going to be able to beat the final boss. Let's do it. I'm feeling ballsy. If this is where it ends, then this is where it ends. 2 dice cheat and min. That seems really good for us to use right now. So we can... It's a tough one to start out with, isn't it? It does exert the card as well. Let's do... When you cast 7 cards, discard half the cards in your hand. All right, let's do this. Let's apply that to him. So now he's going to do 1 damage and apply 2 vulnerable at the start of my next action, which is fine. We can use the 1 die, but I think we want to save it. We're going to hit him, and are we going to deal 10 damage? We only have this 1 more time. I think you saved the mana. It's not going to be doing much to us. Slap me. I don't love that. And now the dice cheat is gone. Can add 3 junk cards to our hand, which aren't really going to be junk cards. Let's do it. It's just going to be 3 random cards that exist. We can't really use that. Oh, Black Lotus, though. We actually can't. Well, no, we can't because we need a green and a red. May cast this card without sufficient mana. If you cast in this way, each mana cost deals 2 damage to you. Apply 10 damage and 10 vulnerable. You know what? I'm thinking about it. Deal 4 damage. Flow. Add D4 junk cards to your hand temporary. If the last card cast has a completely different color, trigger this effect. I see. Makes sense to me. Let's do it. We'll take 6. Ouch. That's gonna leave him locked. And now this has flow. So let's get rid of this so we can play this. We'll add more junk cards to our hand. Divergent thinking is huge. Low rolled on 1, high rolled on another. Remove all debuffs from yourself. Draw 3 cards. Hand limit is 36. Why 36? Weird cards. We can reload our crossbow. You got rid of our cards, but that's fine. A lot of them are junk. Well prepared. We can brainwave and then Black Lotus. We can, well, brainwave isn't actually doing much right now. We want to maneuver first. Yeah, let's maneuver first. And then what are we getting rid of here? We probably want to get rid of Die Charger and Card of Many Things. Get rid of those. We have a bunch of temporary cards in our hands, so we want to Brainwave for our rocket launcher. And we also want to kick a card that we're not going to use. And in this case, we could Black Lotus use fully armed, actually, so we probably are going to use that. Sleight of hand, we want to make our rocket launcher better. So I think we get rid of our strike. And what we will get is, of course, the rocket launcher, because that's huge. Yeah, it's 1 at a time for this. And then we want one of our temporary cards. What's the best temporary card that we have right now? It's the improvised weapon. I think it goes without saying. So now what we can do is use, let's see, use our brainstorm. Get another temporary card. Draw 5 cards and apply 5 panic. Heal 3 HP. Gain 16 block or gain 10 fortified, remain 3. That's a tough one. As the flask also returns to our hand after casting, which is neat. We do. The funny thing is, we actually have the ability to use this. Whenever you cast a card, lose panic and discard a random card. Remove all panic at the end of your action. So we draw 5 cards, but we can use this immediately, actually. So let's do it, because we also have Black Lotus. So I think... Oh, we have Sleight of Hand. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Destroy all enemies' intentions. That seems great. We don't have any cards with Construct. Resolve the next card you cast an additional time. This is a card that single-handedly won me a run and allowed me to do 1,000 damage in 1 turn. I know the power of this card. We can't use it right now. It would be great if we could... Well, actually... No, we can't, because we don't have purple. We could potentially synergize this with Black Lotus, but we don't have purple, and we don't have any way of getting purple. So let's get the Sun. That'll stop him from being able to do damage next turn. We could also use this later. Now, I think we do the rocket launcher. Unless we want a fully armed, we could Black Lotus for 3 blue, fully armed, because we only have rocket launcher in hand, actually, because of that. So let's do... Oh, you know what we can do? I do have a better play. Let's play our Black Lotus. Well, Black Lotus is a temporary card, but here's the plan. We play Black Lotus. Black Lotus is a black card. It allows improvised weapon to add more junk cards to our hand, and then we use rocket launcher and we'll have D4 more temporary cards. So at worst, this breaks even. So we do that. Flow state, add more junk cards. We got 1, it's Grape Shot. It's a shame that we broke even, but so be it. It happens. And yeah, I think that I'll make sure I'm not doing this wrong. We could also draw the 5 cards because we have 2 temporary cards, and we're gonna do it anyway, so let's do it. Cool. And now let's rocket launcher. Yeah, that did a lot of damage. That did an absurd amount of damage, and we are still going. But how do we keep going is the question. We can draw 3, which is temporary. Doesn't really do a lot for us, though. The cards we have remaining in deck aren't amazing. We can't use that anymore. Again, we can use fully armed, and he's just not going to do damage to us, which is probably what we want to do. Grape Shot we can't use. Dice Chargers going to die. Both of these are perishable, so they're just going to go. We can't do anything about that. Unless we want to try 1-dying our mana, but that's not really going to do much, is it? So, and we don't have any more Divergent Thinkings. We only have the 1. I can't remember if we generated it before or not. Crossbow is actually a neutral mana, which is hilarious and sad at the same time. Oh, fully armed is also for loaded ammo. So I think that this is just what makes the most sense, right? And then from here, do we use the 1-die or do we just hold on to it? It's hard to say. I think we just end the turn there. It was a really good turn. It couldn't have been much better. It's gonna apply vulnerable, deal a D12 damage to us. We're not gonna have nearly as good of a turn as we did last turn. I'll tell you that right now. But we can also deal 25 damage and gain 18 evasion, which it's kind of hard to say no to. Even if it costs all of our mana, I mean, it's really good. So we'll do that. Oh, okay, that was even better than I thought it was, it turns out, because he has the vulnerable on him, which I completely forgot about, so that's cool. Do we dial deliver? Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, he's just... Oh, this is so good. Another fully armed Essence of Darkness. Add a black and discover a black card. Heal 8 HP and apply 3 burn to yourself. I think being able to heal HP in general is good, but none of them synergize well, and we don't need more cards clogging our deck. A second fully armed could also be good, but I think 1 is more than enough. especially when the upgrade doesn't reduce the mana cost, I think we're fine. I don't think we want any of those. When an enemy's health bar is depleted, apply paper skin to a random enemy. That, again, just synergy with what we have now, so I'll take it. We can go down, get the chest. We have enough time. We could come up and still get these 2 chests that are here. So let's do it. Choose among 3 relics. When mana overflows, increase mana pool capacity by 1. Increase max HP, and when picked up, select a card and remove its distorted keyword. We don't have any distorted cards right now. So, increase max HP by 10. Increase mana pool capacity by 1. Hold on. Is it possible? I just thought of something. We can't use the D6 when we're in the deck. That's so sad. Because if we could do that, then we could go in here and then try changing like Omni Strike's number and then you get the eraser, but unfortunately we can't. Maybe that's an upgrade in the future that we just don't have, but I don't have it. So, increase max HP by 10. Which I don't think is terrible, especially because we just lost max HP. But when mana overflows, increase mana pool capacity by 1. We're overfilling mana a lot. And it synergizes with divergent thinking. I don't think that we want to go to the next elite. I don't think we want to push our luck, but I do think that we're strong enough that I feel confident about us continuing. And going to the last stage. As long as we get the right card draws and the right setup, we're doing a lot of damage. I don't think it's game-winning yet, but I think it's good. So we're going to start with Brainstorm, which will give us a random card. Gain the card you desire the most. Remove all debuffs from yourself, or if remaining in hand, gain haste. Gain the class card you desire the most. It's enticing. Let's see what we get out of this. That is a card that we cannot use. Superposition. That is a card we could potentially use. When you roll the dice, add D8 to the result. It's just a gain effect. That seems great. That exerts. Let's Joker. So that's what it means. I was not expecting that. This is really good. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to take. This is crazy. This is really good, and none of them say temporary either, so I think this is just added to the deck. If I'm understanding this correctly, because none of these are temporary, we just get this permanently, which is insane, and I don't even know where to begin with this. Suppressive fire can be good because, you know, we have a lot of cards. We have a lot of loaded ammo cards. Those are miracle cards. A lot of these cards I've never seen before, too. That makes this harder. I'm glad we took the Joker. I really am. But damn, this is... I just don't know what to take. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it might be the revolver. I mean, deal D20 damage to a random target. If there's remaining ammo, check 8 if successful, repeat once. And then revolver reload is to gain luck. The ever-changing spell is also interesting because of the weird build that we have going on. Add 6 random cards to your hand and then add these. And they're all going to be temporary as well. You know what? I think it's this. Because we're just adding 6 cards to our hand, and we need the extra mana, and we have the mana overflow thing with, I think it was the capacitor. So, you know, it's gonna be rare that this is ever useful. I think we take that. I think we take ever-changing spell, even though we can't use it right now, and then the bad luck isn't gonna do anything right now. Do we just use this on Dice Charger I think the 4 damage is less relevant. So we're gonna use dice charge. We're gonna charge the dice a little bit. I don't think that that's doing anything. We're just gonna have to eat the 5. Divergent thinking on draw is unfortunate. We do have an upgrade brainwave now. Scheme also I don't think is relevant. Let's start with maneuver. And this is good because we can actually discard divergent thinking. And if we can draw through the deck, then we can brainwave for it later. Organ gun reload is good. We'll just get rid of these 2. We'll discard them. Oh, it puts them back in the draw pile. That's even better than I thought. So we can just brainwave. Wait, that's crazy. Let's sleight of hand. Mark of red, mark of green. Both of those are, all of these are unusable. Deal 7 damage to a random enemy, deal 3 to all enemies, lose 4 max HP, resolve the next card you cast in additional time, lose 4 max HP, heal 40. I think we take the swipe. None of those are really good, but we'll take the swipe, and we can kick it with brainwave. And we'll take divergent thinking, we'll take that's handy. That's just gonna be our best bet. Mana pool capacity increased because we overfilled. We'll get this. Modify, draw 2 cards. Cast this card to gain a modified effect to another card in our hand. We'll probably do this to... We could gain a lot of crit with Steel Water. Stillwater. Drawing 2 cards off of... Well, probably the Stillwater, because we're going to be using this a lot. So we'll gain our crit. We don't need that. We don't need that. We're probably going to use the organ gun reload here because we want the block and the fortified. So we'll do this. Drew a lot of cards here. None of them that we really want, though, is the funny thing. We actually didn't draw our rocket launcher, which is the card that we really want. Which is a shame, to put it lightly. But one thing that we could do here is try to draw for it with the 1 die. And I think that's a smart thing to do. So we'll do this. 1 die here. It doesn't matter what the result is. It's completely irrelevant. And we drew the rocket launcher. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. And we can also Stillwater again to gain more crit, which we should, because this is going to be the last card we cast this turn. Let's discard up to 3 for kick. Yeah, so we just drew our entire deck. Is there any way for us to cheat out more mana to play Stillwater again? We actually have our entire deck in our hand right now, which is insane. I don't think so. Maybe there's a way if we D6 on mana pool and then get an 8. Well, no, because we need to get whatever and then it increases it. Maybe that is worth it. I think it is. It was a 2. Unfortunate roll. I'm not gonna do it again. We did get a purple, which we could use for something. But not right now. Probably next turn. Right? So let's just do the rocket launcher. This is gonna do 48, which isn't going to kill, but it's gonna do a lot. How much HP does he have in total? He also has tough. We probably want to get rid of that because we're looking to do a big hit here. Bring that down to 3. So now it's a 15% chance. Now it's going to do 48 to 96. So this could just one-shot him, depending on our rolls here. Not quite. Yeah, and we gained a bunch of buffs, but we can't draw cards because our hand is full. And I actually, because he has the paper skin, now we might just kill him here. We're doing pretty good. Flame Sword, deal damage equal to 15 plus the number of burn on all characters. I don't think that does much. Reinforcement, gain 16 block or gain 10 fortified is fine, but doesn't synergize with what we have now, and I think we want to... I'm saying we want to clog our deck as little as possible, but let's face it, after that last turn, I don't think we're clogging our deck at all. But still, I don't want to risk it. So we'll go down here. We'll go to the shop. What do we got? Barely a scratch. Blood Rain. And the funny thing is, it's not unreasonable for us to try taking red cards because we have the ability to do that. Vicious Mockery is potentially insane, actually, when you think about it. Vicious Mockery might just be the best card we could get. Gain critical head and evasion. Repeat this for each card in your hand with temporary. I mean, that's also insane. Both of these are insane. We also want to upgrade the 1 die if possible, but we don't quite have the money. We're gonna have to roll our money for this. That obviously has synergy though. We can upgrade the 1 die and then we can try to gain some free money. Never mind then. I guess I'll just go fuck myself. A 6. That's probably good enough. Cards can't be countered. Add and then gain haste. Start 3rd turn, deal damage to all enemies. That seems really good for a normal, but it could also just be nothing. I really want this Vicious Mockery. Of course. Nice try. Do it again. Okay, so now you're mocking me at this point, huh? Still can't afford it? Nope. Dude. Okay, I don't know if Vicious Mockery was worth all of those D1 rolls, but we got it. That might have been really bad. We'll heal 18 HP back to full, and then we'll go up here. Man. Okay, so we got Scheme, Omni Strike, Ever-Changing Spell. Let's start with Brainstorm. Folding Stool, Exert, Phantom, Temporary, Essence of Earth, which is an elemental card. And then Courage. I think we want to keep Courage. Courage is good. Folding Stool being Exert just makes it bad. Courage, I think, is always going to be good. He adds a Burning Bomb to our hand. Do I really care if we take the damage? I don't think so. I should have done Omni Strike first. I didn't think about that. That's my fault. This is 5 damage to a random enemy. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. It really is. It's like, do I want to take this damage? And well, if we look at the map, it's actually irrelevant. So I'm gonna play the Omni Strike, and it ended up being perfect, really. And we'll play this because again, it doesn't make a difference. Just get as much damage in as possible. We'll gain the crit. He'll deal some damage to us. It's fine. Store Fighter and Vicious Mockery they're both not useful right now, which is a shame. He's gonna be dealing damage to us. Not anymore. Sleight of Hand. The Tower. Apply Paper Skin critical and vulnerable to everyone. Convoke, which is good if we can get a green. Oriented Stupidity, though, is always going to be good. Rocket Launch Reload. Get some cards. Add a random card to your hand for free. Yeah. The Perfect Stick Sword. Superior Firepower. And a Herb. Can deal 12 damage to just get rid of this guy, which I think is what we'll do. Sword Fighter would have actually been really good for us, and it's so good right now that I honestly kind of want to roll the 1 die. and Vicious Mockery. Yeah, they're both so good. Let's try to high roll here. It's a 12. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is crazy. So, we have 2 blues. Let's do this. That's a lot of rolls. And then this is doing an estimate 200 to 340 damage. It's to a target. So we're just gonna do that. We can reload our organ gun. And well, there is a reason why we wouldn't, because then we can't crossbow to kill. But do we care? He has a 0% chance of actually hitting us. I don't think we do. Yum. Do this. And what cards do we have coming up? Nothing that really helps us. So we're gonna discard everything except maneuver and the die charge. Yeah. And then because we have the 2 fire, we may as well gain some temporary power for next turn. Cool. We can kill with dial delivery. We probably... It doesn't matter, right? Yeah, there's no fights coming up and we're going to rest, so we should... Let me just make sure that everything's reloaded. I think it is. Yep, everything's reloaded. So we'll just do this, hit him with this, and then we are A-okay. Suppressive fire is great. If you have mana of every color and have played a card in each color this combat, you win this combat. It's the best possible card. It's literally the best card. It gets rid of the perishable when we upgrade as well. It's this card only works with our deck. This is crazy. Check 30. If successful, gain 10. If you fail, lose 5. I see a stand by the roadside with a sign that reads, 3-card Monty win a whole bag of money. The vendor looks very confident. I see. So give me a try. He cheats, but then we cheat him and we can gain the money. That, because of the that's clever. Grab the card and run from 3 cards, take 1 and leave. Yeah, grab a card and run. I'm gonna steal from him. Break the cocoon. Joker! Dude, after what Joker did for us last time, absolutely I will take a permanent Joker for our deck. Are you kidding me? Apply 12 powerless, heal the target enemy for 12 HP. Gain 6 block, deal 5 damage. Gain 8 block, 8 thorn. After a short rest, increase your max HP by 5. It's a little late for that. I don't know if I don't think I want any of these. Angel Investment is potentially good because it could give us a green. And we're looking to be able to play every color that allows us to win the combat. That's our win condition now, is just get a bunch of random cards so that we can play all of them and then we win. And speaking of that, we want to upgrade this so it's not perishable. It's paramount to our current strategy. Now we'll go to the campfire, charge the 1 die, charge it by 5, which is very good. And now we're fighting this guy. And again, whole win condition, play this card. That's it. We also need to play a black card. That's going to be the hardest thing for us to do, but it's still possible. Still possible. We do need to try to find a black card. I didn't consider that, but it's still really good. Whenever you cast a card, gain 3 evasion, 3 block, and then he's going to gain 3 power. I don't think we play anything. This hand isn't very good. It doesn't do much for us. I think we just end turn. He'll do nothing. He'll gain 3 power, which is fine. And he'll deal 3 damage 4 times plus the 3 power, so he'll do 6 damage 4 times. It's not great, but it's okay. We, once again, though, didn't draw anything very good. We can get rid of our Divergent Thinking, for that's handy. We get Blur for evasion, that's really good. And a Good Strike does 20 damage. Gain evasion and fortified. We could potentially just avoid this damage altogether. But you know what I'm gonna do instead? I'm gonna do a humble 20 damage, which he evaded, and I'm gonna block. Okay. That was a lot of damage, but we are still okay. We're not doing amazing, but we're okay. Here we go. Here's some black cards. Increase the mana pool capacity by 2 for each fire you have. Add water for each neutral you have. Add... Oh, sorry. I read this wrong. For each fire you have, add water. For each neutral, add black. Vice versa. Limited, extra, and temporary. So I think this would count as playing a black card. I don't know is the problem. We can also heal 40 with Mark of Green or Cancer, have the HP of all minions, then repeatedly activate them until they die. Let's play Taji. Because Taji could actually work for us in many ways. Ever-changing spells also good. He might kill us on this turn if he really high rolls. I think I'm going to start with a card pack. We got Dice Charger, which is probably the worst draw. We're going to apply Bad Luck to him. And from here... I think we do... Do we want a Brainwave for anything? Rocket Launch is not going to be doing too much for us. Let's do the ever-changing spell. And what do we get? We get a Blunderbuss, which is pretty good. 13 orphans! If each card in your hand has a different name and you have at least 13 cards, resolve all cards in your hand. That's actually an insane card. That's a crazy card. Dyson Sphere. Draw 2 blue cards from the draw pile. Draw 2 green from the draw pile. Construct 7. Increase mana pool by 3. Gain whenever neutral. Add neutral whenever you draw a card. When we get the Dyson Sphere. Decrease the target non-card, non-dice number by D8 until the end of combat. Gain 1 block. Perishable, Rebound, Evolve. Evolve 3. Okay, well, we'll do that first. And then it comes back. Dyson Sphere. Oh, Rocket Launcher is actually crazy here. We can also maneuver. Oh, maneuver is... No, maneuver is limited, not temporary. So let's maneuver. What cards do we want back in the draw pile? Probably the Omni Strike. We're not going to use that. And we could actually use this strike. So maybe our normal strike here. I'm thinking about just working towards playing 13 Orphans, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know what? I think we could do it, and it's kind of a win con. We have our fire mana to do it. Call me crazy. I'm gonna go for it. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $11, 12, 13, 14. They're identical cards. I see why it's called 13 Orphans. Is it because of the strikes? All right! Exclamation point. This is gonna, with the vicious mockery and everything, this card's insane. This is crazy. All right. I also want to reduce this as much as possible. It's a 10. I gotta do it again. Oh no, the possibility of passing is now 12%. Okay. Yep, 13 orphans. Let's do it. Decrease the target non-card, non-dice number by D8. So what are we decreasing by D8? Oh, there's not really a lot. I guess we can decrease his power. Sure. Decreased it by 1. So I think that's the best, because that reduces it by about 1/3 then. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's a Yakuman. This deck is so weird, but so cool. Lose 1 HP, prevent HP loss from injury, remain 3. Gain 12 dice cheat max. And it's also a black card, which we need for our win condition. Yeah. Even though, I mean, Painkiller is just irrelevant. Muscle Smash is all right, but we need a black card. And now our win condition is achieved, so we go to the final boss, and as long as we can play our black card, then that's it. And it's really easy to play as well, because it's just 2 purple. And because of our dice charges, we can just keep loading up card pack, draw all of our cards, and continuously increase our mana. And it doesn't matter what random mana we get, because all of it's good. All of it's useful. So I think that we're in a really good position. We could potentially win on turn 1, as long as we keep our dice charges up. When the charge reaches 3, gain 3 power. Requires a charge. I think we just go with dumbbell. Go simple here. Be simple, don't be stupid. More relics. Distorted effects from cards not casted by you will not resolve. When the combat starts, increase mana pool capacity by 1. That seems alright. At the start of my action, gain 4 block. Let's do that. Go here. Choose among 3 relics. Start your first 4 action, gain neutral. After playing neutral, apply D6 vulnerable to a random enemy. When enemy's health bars depleted, gain a random mana. This run is sealed. We could still potentially lose, depending on how the RNG goes, especially when going into here. We can actually avoid all but 1 fight, so I'm going to do that. We're just gonna go in. Yeah, who wouldn't take cards? That'd be silly. Boom. Remove all burden from everyone, deal 3 damage. Remain in hand, gain luck. Heal 3 HP, temporary, remain. Well, it's a natural temporary card that's also a green that we'll guaranteed to have. So we'll take that. So we have 3 upgrade stations. We actually have 4. And I don't think we want to cut any cards. So we just go up, right? It's objectively better. Yeah. Unless, of course, this is bad. Gain Wonder or gain a hallucination. Sure, we'll gain Wonder. And again, gaining an evil is kind of good for us. Yeah. And then we gain super battery. Okay. So what do we got that we can upgrade? Foul play to cost 1 is crazy. Joker being free is okay. Ever-changing spell will allow us to keep it. Vicious Mockery just does more damage. Sleight of Hand adds a purple, which we don't really care about because we're not actually getting a magical card. Add 4 junk cards to our hand on the reload. Could be good. Brainstorm gets a miracle attached to it. I don't think that matters. Let's upgrade our foul play. That's probably what we want. Cards you cast cannot be countered. Forget Me Not. The Isaac references. Yeah. Simple and easy one. Not upgrade station. The miracle doesn't matter. Joker being free is good. I think we just upgrade Vicious Mockery, though, to be honest. It's so good. Also, being able to keep ever-changing spell is nice. Yeah, maybe we just keep ever-changing spell so we can use it whenever. Because that's part of our win condition, right? Maneuver, dial delivery, fully armed. Gain 2 power and 3 block. Omni Strike I don't think is relevant, and in fact, I'm almost tempted to just get rid of it. Rocket Launcher Reload giving us more junk cards is good. We want that. But Vicious Mockery doing more damage, it would be good in a backup situation. Gain critical hit and evasion. Die Charger increases the die more, but it's not really much of an upgrade. This turns from a D8 and D12 to a D12 and a D20, which is also all right. But I think we just want more junk. Getting rid of the limited stats and maneuver also might be good. What do we have in our deck that's limited? Divergent Thinking. Oh no, we got rid of it because it upgraded. It was one of the random cards that got upgraded. So it's just Joker then. And I don't really care about that. I don't think that's too relevant. I think we're better getting 1 extra junk card, so we'll do that. And it did upgrade the R1 as well. Okay, that's something I did not know. Lose 3 money, check 12 of success, upgrade a random card. Sure. Yay! What do we upgrade? Crossbow. That's fine. We'll leave it at that. Go get an upgrade. See what we can upgrade here. This is going to be our last upgrade. So we have to think about this a bit. But let's be honest, there's not a whole lot that we really do. Dial delivery having bonus, I think, is probably the best thing. Being able to draw an extra card if we draw it, because our win condition is basically drawing our entire hand. We have multiple win conditions, but one of them is just drawing our entire hand. So that's something that we want. We can get the flask off now if we want to. Get rid of our Divergent Thinking. It's not doing anything. Play this. We got a good strike and we got sorted out. Which allows us to add a neutral with kick. But we don't have any blues, so we can't play it. Evil isn't going to do anything for us because we're going to play everything anyway. So let's... He's doing quite a lot of damage to us. Let's do... our Voodoo Doll, because it's just when time passes. And then we're going to hit him. And then we can still use the Essence Flask, but... do we want to use it now? Yeah, let's use it now. It works towards our win con. And then we got Wonder, which actually could allow us to use Sorted Out, which could allow us to use our Omni Strike. So let's see what we get. We unfortunately got purple mana. Okay. Turn it into black, which is still good for us because we can use Foul Play. So what we'll do here... we haven't played Fire and Black. And then we don't possess Red, Green, blue, and purple. Oh, I see. So I have to have them all simultaneously, which is going to be easy for us to do with one die. So that's not a big deal. So we actually can use this now. So let's play foul play. Let's gain 12 dice cheat max. That's good. So now we just have to play fire. So I think this is going to count as fire, right? Oh, wait, we need purple. My bad. Do that. It does. That's brilliant. And now, because we have the dice cheat, and we're mainly doing this to test, right? But we're guaranteed to roll a 12. And we should just have all of the mana. Don't know how to lose. Play it. Yeah, that's insane. I think we've won. Whenever a minion dies, double a random minion's HP. Mana pool capacity becomes 3. Draw 3 cards. That's all terrible. Yeah, we can't use any of this. So we're just gonna move on. Go to our last shop. And I think this is a 1-run. Just straight up. I think it's impossible for us to lose. We could make our 1 die D20, so we're getting 20 mana, which increases our odds. But we'd have to roll to be able to do that, to bring the cost down, and I don't know. Turn all mana into fire mana. That's kind of funny, but not really useful. Gun barrel to create a cannon, which would be cool, but it's just not in the cards with this run. We've already won it. We've already basically won if we draw our entire hand, right? So I don't think that the 1 die being able to give us 20 guaranteed mana matters. But at the same time, I'm gonna do it anyway because it's funny. And hopefully that doesn't screw me. Campfire. And we're at full HP, so we're gonna charge, and then we're gonna go back 1 more time. Although it doesn't matter because the voodoo doll's already pretty much fully charged. And then we're there. All right. So it doesn't matter if it's reducing our cards. So let's brainstorm first. I think we need a red card. So let's... Oh, no, we don't need a red card because we have the dice cheat min. So none of these really help us. Gain 3 stacks of a random buff, repeat 2 times. That's good. I think we'll get that. Although, maybe we... No, because it doesn't matter. Because we're just going to be drawing our entire hand anyway. That's the plan. So we'll use card pack. That's fantastic. We are going to roll this. As long as we roll correctly, we should just be able to win in 1 go. I haven't done the math on how many cards I need to cast to be able to do this, but I don't think it's going to be that many. I don't think it's going to be 9. And actually, it doesn't matter, because it only reduces the numbers in hand by 1, but the card that we're playing says you win the game. It literally says you win the game. My hand is full, I can't draw more cards. Ah, dang it. Didn't realize that was a thing. But it's fine. It's still fine. So, can we play this card? We can by getting rid of a block. So let's do this. Gain 12 dice cheat max. I should have done that from the beginning. I wasted a couple of charges, but I don't think it matters that much. So we need to play a fire and a green. So there's your green. There's your fire. So now that's done. And now because we have dice cheat max, we'll gain 20 mana and then we just win. Don't know how to lose. That was crazy. that was quite possibly one of the craziest runs of this game that has ever happened. That was a really strange and unique build. I had a lot of fun with it. I had a great deal of fun. That was a very unique build. It's not normal just having a bunch of random cards and having them work, but I'm glad that it did, because that a lot of those cards were cards that you can only use in a very specific build like what we had, and getting that build I imagine is incredibly rare, and I'm glad that we got it. I really am. And we got 6 fish. So that was a fantastic run. I had a lot of fun with that. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you want more of this in the future, please feel free to let me know. If you want more of this recorded content, more Diceomancer, please feel free to tell me in the comment section. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.